Welcome to another Creeker Cameras Old World Battle Report. This is the Mighty Keefotep the Undying. Get to the chariot, now!
Dwarf Kings. Keefotep is riding in a chariot with a big unit of chariots, 7 chariots with the icon of Rakaf so they can change formation at willy-nilly. 21 Tomb Guard, the Hierophant with the Cloak of Dunes, taking Necromancy, the Casket, some Horse Archers, more Horse Archers, a Catapult with the Skulls of the Foe, 10 Archers, and the Necrosphinx. The Dwarves, 2 tiny little cannons with their crews, so 2 cannons.
Yeah.
The Scouts are deploying in a line there. Yeah. 10 of them.
12.
12.
Gyrocopter. 12 Troll Slayers. 12 Troll Slayers with a Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer again. Yep.
18 Longbeards with Battle Standard and the King.
Yep.
Another
12 more Scouts.
Yeah.
And another Gyrocopter.
Another Gyrocopter.
And a bit of an oops, you may have missed it in my army overview. I was a few points short, but that's because I have 2 Scorpions and a unit of 3 Tomb Swarms off the table in ambush. So my first time ambushing, so we'll see how they go. So 2 Scorpions and a unit of 3 Swarms in ambush, so they could come on behind him there somewhere.
Okay, then we roll for see who goes first. You get a +1. I got a 5.
You're going first.
Oh, we better go first because those Rangers are going to get stuck into me, I think. All right, so turn 1.
Let's go. Turn 1.
All right. Turn 1. My will be done. I'll go for do a leadership test first. I'll get an 8, so that's okay. So we'll just go for D3 extra movement. So they get an extra 2 movement. Got the chariots.
So just a enhancement there, Cursed Blades, I think it is. Incantation of Cursed Blades. So reroll 1s to hit in the command range of the Hierophant there, but I promptly forget about to use that later on in the shooting phase. My main plan with this battle then would be to just try and get the big unit of chariots with the icon of Rakaf so they can probably sweep around a flank and reform. So they're going to be, and they've got my will be done, so they're speed 9, the chariots. He has deployed the scouts in charge range of the Necrosphinx, so I'm going to go for this long bomb charge. And the dwarves, the scouts are going to stand and shoot. And they do 1 wound to the Necrosphinx. Lucky I rolled, could have done 3 there, but I rolled pretty well. Then they flee and they get a good roll, so they sort of end up next to that building, and they get away, the cheeky little scouts, even though I rolled pretty well for my charge. So it's a failed charge for the Necrosphinx, and he lost a wound for his troubles. So there goes the Necrosphinx, not far enough to catch them. So we go on with the rest of the movement phase. So the chariots are going to go around that flank. You can just see them on the right-hand side there. You'll see them in other views better. They're speed 9, so they're just going to move around. Then they get a free reform with the icon of Rakaf. And so those scouts there are going to be in trouble from the chariots. I'm just moving up, shuffling forward everywhere else. Love using the Horse Archers. Everybody loves using Horse Archers. They move around, shoot, and then move again. They don't do much damage, though. They just get in the way and are annoying and time-consuming to move around, but they're good fun. Maybe you should run a big unit. Anyway, that's into the shooting then.
So Magic Missile, try and cast a Magic Missile, 8. I need an 8 to get off Unquiet Spirits. Need a 9. I've got a 6, 10.
Yep.
So it does, that one's this one, 3d6 strength, 2 hits with no armor saves permitted. Okay. So we do, whoa, 15. Oh. 1, 2 dead.
2 dead.
Okay, then I'm going to cast a spiritual vortex. I need an 11 plus to get it off. I've got an 8, 12. Place a large 5-inch blast.
Okay, so I'm really trying to get stuck into those ranges. They've caused me so much trouble in every other battle. So they're marked men. And there's my fancy vortex. And you stick the card on top so you can see what type of vortex it is. Very handy. Age of Sigmar vortex. So I'm just doing a lot of shooting. I tried to drop a rock from the Screaming Skull catapult onto the General's Longbeard unit or something. And then I'm just peppering the scouts here with bowfire from the horse archers. I think the chariots shoot at them as well. And then these archers up on the hill shoot at those retreating ones. No, don't do any damage there really. And then the chariots are also over there shooting at them. So trying to get rid of the scouts before we have to deal with the big block of those tough dwarves in the middle. So the chariots did a bit of work as well. So then at the end of the shooting phase, the chariots, I'm just doing the annoying move of the horse archers. They get to move again. And then the reserve move from the icon of Rakaf, I do a reform. And then they're moving 9 inches up. So the chariots are in a very strong position now on the flank. So, well, it's going so far so good for the big block of chariots. We'll see what happens.
All right. That doesn't move, I don't think. No. It's just treated as dangerous terrain. Right.
So, Dwarfs Turn 1. So, a reform there from the Troll Slayers to face the threat of Keefotep on his chariots barreling down the right flank there. The scouts rallied. These scouts, they're in a bit of trouble. They've got chariots on their flank there, and they're shooting the horse archers. So, they kill 3 of the horse archers in front of them. The cannons, they can't get line of sight to the Necrosphinx because he's hiding behind the hill. So they're going to go after the casket. So lining up a shot there on the casket. And the boom. So 1 regen save. So second cannon at the casket. Bounces through and does a wound. And we roll another regen save. So pretty lucky there. The casket could have been destroyed, but a couple of good saves. And then these pesky scouts that fled, they've rallied, and they shoot at the Necrosphinx, but the Necrosphinx toughness saves him. No wounds there.
Turn 2.
Okay, so some idiot forgot to hit the record button, but this is after the Tomb King's turn 2. So obviously we let the spiritual vortex drop, and then the chariots just smashed into and removed the scouts that were there. On the other flank, the Necrosphinx just marched straight up in front of the scouts because we're sick of being shot at by them. So the Necrosphinx just marched so they can't get away next time. So the scouts have to shoot him down before they die. Then I'm just swarming with the horse archers, healed a few, etc. A little bit of shooting here and there. And you can see up the back corner there, 1 in my ambushes, the swarms, and 1, you can just make them out there, 1 scorpion has arrived up there behind the cannons. So that's the situation after the Tomb King's turn 2. Right, so the dwarves turn 2, and the gyrocopters have got steam guns on them this time, so they're being a bit more aggressive, jumping behind the lines, and they're going to steam some of my annoying horse archers there. The cannons up on the hill, there's the other gyrocopter moving up behind the chariots. And then the cannons on the hill, they decide they might be able to get a good shot through the chariots. So they both shoot at the chariots, and they don't do too much. They're just a couple of wounds, I think. So maybe I might lose a chariot, or a chariot loses a couple of wounds. But ineffective cannon shots on the chariots. And then on the other flank, the scouts shoot at the Necrosphinx, I think. So, yeah, the cannons didn't do much. So I don't think any of the chariots were removed. Then these guys, they just stay there and shoot the Necrosphinx and do a couple of wounds to him. So he's only got a couple of wounds left now.
Turn 3.
Tomb Kings, turn 3.
The cannon are bloody worth their points.
Well, but you could have gone through, 4 chariots. Could have killed 4. It's each one's D3 wounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So could have killed the unit, really.
But dice.
You never know.
But dice.
Yeah, I just roll to see if the other scorpion comes on. No, not yet.
Yeah, so we're just lamenting about the lack of effectiveness of the dwarf cannons. I think one of them misfired, and the other one just did hit one chariot and did a couple of wounds. Anyway, the Tomb Kings turn the Necrosphinxes into the scouts here, down on this right corner. And then I do forget to charge with the Scorpion. I forgot I brought them on. So one of the Scorpion charges one of the cannons. Then I'm not going to commit the chariots into that middle yet. I don't want to fight the King's unit. So the chariots just do their Icon of Rakaf reform, and they're going to shoot at the Troll Slayers. And then I'm firing the the Screaming Skull Catapult. It's a bit of a waste of points, I think. I did 1 wound all game. So points best spent elsewhere, I think. The chariots and so on. Everyone's just unloading arrows into the Troll Slayers. If we can get rid of them, then maybe we can start working on the King's unit. So the Horse Archers doing their reserve move. Then we're into the combat. So I did make a bit of a silly thing here. I charged this gyrocopter with some Horse Archers. I didn't want to get steam gunned all game. So I thought, well, maybe they could go in there, but they didn't do anything. Very bad decision there. Plenty of attacks, but the gyrocopter's toughness 5, hard to wound. It would have been better off just shooting it. So eventually, I think my Horse Archers are going to get beat up by that gyrocopter. So that wasn't a very good decision. The Necrosphinx charges in, and he's going to hopefully get rid of those scouts. Then maybe I can bring him around the back. So that's going to be key if I've still got the Necrosphinx alive to help me out so I can fight the King's unit. And then I've got the Scorpion into the cannon. Tell you what, dwarf cannons are pretty tough, and I don't think I did any wounds to it. Maybe I did 1 wound or something, but I didn't think I'd make the charge with the swarms into the other one. I didn't want them to get destroyed by the Troll Slayers. So the Scorpion's having a tough time killing 1 cannon. So they're just all going to just get in the way now, those cannons in front of the Troll Slayers, etc. So, so we might have done 1 wound to the cannon, but it is pretty tough and holds its ground because we don't get close order with the Scorpion.
Dwarves turn 3.
No rallies or anything like that.
No start of turn thing. No.
So, just movement.
Movement, yep.
So we're into turn 3 for the Dwarves and their movement phase. And as you can see, there's down there, the Necrosphinx has taken care of those scouts. They actually ran a long way and they ran off the table, and the Necrosphinx pursued them. That's why he's pointing the wrong direction down there. And as I said, those cannons, etc., are in the way, and the Troll Slayers are reforming so they can get around them and maybe get into the flank of the Scorpion later on. But the King's unit is surrounded. The undead are swarming around the King's unit, so he's in a bit of trouble this time. So still have the big unit of chariots, the Scorpion fighting there. He's got 1 cannon which is just going to shoot through the chariots, and he does remove 1 chariot with the cannon. Then the swarms are moving up. I still have 1 Scorpion off the table, and these Horse Archers succumb to their wounds, and that gyrocopter has defeated the Horse Archers, and so he's just going to overrun in that direction. And then I'm still having trouble trying to kill this 1 cannon with my Scorpion. I'm not sure if I get rid of it this turn. I got 1 wound there, I think. And we do. Yeah, did we get rid of that cannon? I can't remember. Yeah. Oh no, there's still 1 crew. They still fight like there's 3, but there's 1 left. So I think the cannon survives, so it's just going to stay in the way there.
Turn 4.
Okay. Turn 4. I'll do my will be done. Yeah, goes off. You'll just go for extra movement. So an extra inch of movement on them. And
Yeah, so the Tomb Kings turn 4, and I do have one charge. My swarms decided to charge. That gyrocopter landed too close to my swarms, and they've got 360-degree arcs. So those swarms down there are going to go after the gyrocopter. I'm hoping my Scorpion can get rid of that cannon this turn. We will see. Nothing else of note in the strategy phase. My will be done. Extra inch of movement on the King's chariot unit. And then just a bit of shooting and manoeuvring around. The Screaming Skull catapult doesn't do much again. So we're just peppering the King's unit and the Slayers with some shooting, and then into a little bit of combat.
I will go first. I'll do my decapitating poison strike first thing. Boy, wounded it.
Wounded. So normal save.
Normal save, I think. I don't think there's any HP on it.
No. You got him.
Got rid of it. Yep. All right. Test not to 10. Keefotep is there, so he'll just reform like that.
So finally, I got rid of the cannon with the Scorpion, and with the King's leadership, he was able to hang on and reform, and he's about to cop the Troll Slayers in a minute. And then my swarms, they do pretty well, and they defeat the gyrocopter, and he breaks, and the swarms chase after him. So the swarms are after him. Let's see how far the swarms go. They're not very far. They weren't enthusiastic about chasing, but at least we beat up the gyrocopter and made him break and run. So we move into the Dwarves turn 4.
Dwarfs turn 4.
Yeah. I have to rally those guys.
Go with the gyro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No. Oh.
So they got quick stride. So what do? They go extra.
You can choose not to use it, I think. Yeah.
Right.
If
I
you're
guess
trying to
7.
get away, you can use it.
Go 7.
Okay, so the gyrocopter failed to rally. He's just run another 7 inches. And then the dwarves are into the Scorpion. So with I think it's got the Demon Slayer in there, so they'll probably make short work of the Scorpion. The King's unit is surrounded. The other gyrocopter behind my lines there is going to put his steam gun into my archers. And there's the King's unit. He's got the Necrosphinx behind him, and he's got the chariots in front of him. So he doesn't know which way to turn. So hopefully he's going to get something in front of the chariots to block them. So he's turned to face the Necrosphinx. And then we're getting steamed here. So the skeleton archers, they don't like being steam gunned. And so I'm going to lose about half of them. Well, lost 3 of them. That's not too bad. And then the cannon turns around and shoots at the Necrosphinx. Bounces through the Necrosphinx, and I think I must save because the Necrosphinx survives a cannon shot. So the cannon fails to finish off the Necrosphinx. I think it's got 1 or 2 wounds left, and so the King's surrounded, and the chariots maybe could go in there. Let's have a look. They're behind the hill, so they can't see them. So let's see what happens in turn 5.
Turn 5.
Okay. Tomb Kings 5. My Scorpion comes on automatically. So I'll just bring him on over there later on.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so just not too much happening here. I decide that I'm going to send the Tomb Swarms into the Slayers there, and then I can use the Icon of Rakaf to reform the chariots and just move past them. And then I'm just going to put as much shooting and magic as I can into the King's unit to weaken them before I actually go in. So I'm enjoying the chariots, the big unit of chariots with the icon of Rakaf. There's plenty of room for manoeuvre on a table where there's dwarves because they don't take up much room. And of course the Screaming Skull catapult doesn't do much again. And we're doing a magic missile and the horse archers, everything into the king's unit who are facing towards the Necrosphinx. And I didn't send the Necrosphinx in on his own because they would just kill him straight away. So now the king is stuck between the chariots and the Necrosphinx. I still have my unit of Tomb Guard who have just been shuffling forward here all the time, but they're not going to take any part in the battle. So it's just been the chariots and the shooting, and now the swarms and the tomb scorpions are doing their job. The horse archers doing their annoying maneuvers, and then I do a reserve move with the chariots and do a reform as well. So they're ready to go into the king's unit. And then we've got this little combat here where my swarms are trying to hold up the troll slayers.
Right. So you did 3. You got a standard. Yep.
Yep.
We did 2.
Yep.
So we lost by 2.
Yeah.
We're not indomitable or anything. So you did. Oh, actually, I lost by 3 because I regened 1.
Okay, yeah.
So I lost by 3. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yep. Alright.
Your turn 5.
No charges.
No charges. The king.
I'm going to reform.
Yep.
Cannon will pivot here.
Yep.
So not much to do for the king's unit. He has to turn around and face the chariots. And this gyrocopter is going to steam gun some of the grave guard, but tomb guard, sorry, I keep saying grave guard. The cannon fails to kill the scorpion, and then we just got this little combat there continuing between the swarms and the troll slayers. The troll slayers are going to finish off the swarms eventually, and that's pretty much the end of turn 5.
Final round. Turn 6.
Turn 6.
Yeah.
Okay, well they're all going to charge the king's unit there, the chariots and the Necrosphinx. Yep. And the scorpion will charge the cannon.
Yep.
So it is crunch time, and so the chariots and the Necrosphinx into the king's unit, and the scorpion goes into the cannon. It will take me another 6 turns if we had them for the scorpion to kill the cannon. At least it won't be shooting at anything. And then we've got this big combat here, impact hits, Necrosphinx in the rear, and so on. You think, oh, the dwarves are gone, but they do hang on. That king and his unit are pretty hard to remove. I think the king is going to lose the combat, but they're going to hang around, so which is pretty amazing. Yeah, I don't know if I went into a challenge or anything, but after the impact hits, etc., they do actually remove a few chariots, and I think the end combat result is the dwarves lose by about 5, but they hang in there. So where they pass, and they don't even have to fall back, they just have to give ground, so they're just sort of stuck there, I think. You don't give ground into someone in your rear, do you? Anyway, they held on bravely, the king and his longbeards, but it's pretty much the writing is on the wall. So, yeah, so they do actually lose by about 5, I think, yeah, and they had to give ground, but you can't give ground with someone behind you, so they just stuck there. I think that's how that works, and then the scorpion trying to kill the cannon.
Your turn 6.
I don't think I can do anything.
No, you can just kill me in the challenge, maybe. That's about it.
And these guys are not going to be able to wheel.
They can't see them. No.
So, let's do this, eh?
Yeah, do that. Yeah, do the challenge.
So your initiative.
Yeah.
You'll go before me because I got a great weapon.
Have you? Oh, right. Okay. All right.
Magical great weapon, but still great weapon.
It's a great weapon. Counts as a great weapon. All right. Well, I'll do the ogre blade. Oh, all hit.
Yeah.
3 wounds at -2.
So 6s.
Yep.
And 5s.
5.
1 takes 2.
Yep. Oh, and the horses. Yep. Hit me back, Ben.
Yeah.
3s to hit.
3 hits.
Up it's 5, so 3.
6. 2 at -2.
Last one, regen. I'll take another wound.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
All right. So you did one in the challenge.
Yep.
You got
Battle standard.
battle standard
And close order.
and close order. You lost by 5.
See what I roll.
Yep. What'd you roll?
A 3.
A 3. Oh, they're okay. Yep. So,
But no, because you outnumber me.
yeah, but you're not falling back. You're just giving ground. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're falling back in good order, you'd be in trouble. Yeah.
All right. Well, still, I think a very big victory to the Tomb Kings.
Yeah, the Tomb Kings.
The Dwarf King's still.
Dwarf King's still fighting. He may have taken down the Tomb King eventually.
Yeah. Probably.
He just negating that D3 wound. That's why I take the Ogre Blade, because it's so good. But against him, it doesn't do anything.
And he's got the Rune of Preservation as well.
Has he? Oh, right. Yeah. So what does that do? It just stops multiple wounds.
Yeah, and Killing Blow.
Killing Blow. Oh, right. Yeah. So I've got Killing Blow on the Sphinx and D3 wounds on the Ogre Blade, and just stopping all that fast damage. Yeah. But I was lucky to have the. I wouldn't have gone in there without the Necro Sphinx going in.
Yeah, I just couldn't finish him off.
No, I rolled like about probably five pluses and 6 pluses to keep him alive. So that was the difference. The Necro Sphinx living.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the end of the battle, viewers. So the Keefotep the Undying on his big block of chariots did pretty well. The Tomb Guard didn't see any battle. The Hierophant, maybe I did look at a different spell lore. Necromancy wasn't that good. The Casket didn't do anything except survive a couple of cannon shots. The Catapult didn't do very well at all. These guys survived. They didn't do much, but the Necro Sphinx surviving, taking out those scouts on that flank and surviving a lot of attacks from their shooting, and then in the combat with the King's unit, it was able to whittle the King's unit down to just the King and the battle standard bearer at the end of the game. So I think we only lost 1 Scorpion, I think. That's about it. Survived a few cannon shots, so that was pretty lucky as well. So a victory to the Tomb Kings, but the King, the Dwarf King, will scurry away to fight another day. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this battle report from those great tacticians, the Creaky Gamers. Thanks for watching another Creaky Gamers episode. I hope it wasn't too bad. Please like and subscribe. Just do it.